Hi, I'm David Parlevliet. I'm what they call the Learning and Teaching Lead for Engineering, which means I keep an eye over most of the engineering courses. I personally teach in Industrial Computer Systems Engineering and Renewable Energy Engineering, which is quite a broad context. My background, I'm not actually an engineer, I must admit. I'm actually trained as a physicist and moved into renewable energy before moving into larger scale systems engineering. So my career path is a bit different to most engineers. For what I do at uni, I mainly look after the courses. For my sins, I've also ended up being the chief remote pilot for Murdoch University, which means I play with a lot of drones. It ties in quite nicely with our industrial computer system students and looking at sensors and microcontrollers. So quite a broad sort of suite of things that I do here. The courses in engineering, we've got quite a large suite of courses that you can do. We have the Bachelor of Engineering Technology, which is a 3-year engineering technology degree, and that's one that you might come into if you haven't done much in the way of science or engineering before. We then have the Bachelor of Engineering Honours, which is a 4-year degree, but you come out with an honours degree at the end of it. And within that degree we have 4 separate majors. We've got Industrial Computer Systems Engineering, Instrumentation Control Engineering, Renewable Energy Engineering, and Electrical Power Engineering. Now they're all 4 years and they can actually be done as double major combinations with any of the other majors in engineering, which means you come out with effectively 2 qualifications inside of your engineering degree. And that's fairly unique in WA. Now the types of engineering degrees we offer is a little bit different to what most people would think about when they're thinking of engineering. Most of you would have heard of a civil engineer or a mechanical engineer. We don't do that. We're looking more at the ones tailored towards WA's industry. In fact, these courses were designed with industry originally, so they are very much matched to what we do in WA. So they're a good set of combinations. They can be done in double major combinations. A popular one, for example, is Industrial Computer Systems Engineering and Instrumentation Control Engineering. That one's very popular. I've had people from industry come in and try and poach our students before they're finished. I'm not pulling your leg, that's actually quite true. One of the other main combinations we have is around renewable energy engineering and electrical power engineering. And that really tailors towards the utilities market, design of renewable energy systems, and really looking at sustainability in terms of the electrical power supplies. So that's quite good too. In terms of combined degrees, we've offered 2 new ones this year. And these are a combined degree between engineering and commerce. So technically it's called a Bachelor of Engineering Honours and Bachelor of Commerce Management. And that's a 5-year degree. Now within that degree you can also complete 2 majors in engineering and the honours degree. So you effectively come out with a double major, 2 degrees and an honours qualification. And that's a lot for 5 years. We also have another new one, which is a Bachelor of Engineering Honours and Bachelor of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Very new, looking for the people that are out there trying to disrupt industries, have got good ideas and want to try and make things their own. Again, it's a 5-year degree, double major, honours and combined degree, 2 bits of paper at the end of it, a very nice package in 5 years. They are brand new this year, offering them for the first time in a long time, and we're starting to see a lot of interest in those too. Why should you choose Murdoch rather than other engineering courses in WA? I'll give you one question in response to that one. Which universities had the highest ranking for student satisfaction in Australia for, I think, 4 of the last 5 years? Murdoch. That's good. Our students get a lot out of these degrees. We're very proud of what we offer. We get very good feedback. We teach in a very practical, hands-on way. Of course, 2020 will ignore it's a little bit different. But even there we're using a lot of simulation and very practical tools to help our students meet the outcomes they need to meet. So our students know what they're doing by the time they hit industry. People like to spruik the word job ready, but in our case that's really quite true. Our students really know what they're doing when they hit their jobs for the first time. As part of your engineering degree you get access to some very nice equipment. The thing behind me is a multi-million-dollar Bayer process plant. It's a small-scale industrial plant, and while we don't use chemicals going through there, we do use all this industry standard equipment, sensors, controllers. Up above me is a control room where the students are using the same software that Alcoa uses to run the plant. So our students come out of this with a very good practical experience. We're a fairly small set of courses, so you get to have very good contact interaction with staff and other students. I know by the time our students hit third and fourth year, they're really a tight bunch, and I think that experience is really valuable as well. What sort of areas and jobs do you get after graduation? It's very broad, possibilities coming out of engineering. It's a good set of skills that will get into many industries. Our students do get taken up by a lot of the big engineering companies like Honeywell, Motherwell. They go into the mining industry, so they'll be operating on any number of the different mine sites around WA, operating plants and equipment, designing the equipment, managing the whole engineering process behind these. You'll find our students in a lot of consulting firms. I keep tripping them across them when I go out into the Perth city. So they're out there doing very good things. We have people running their own businesses as well. So a lot of our students are very entrepreneurial and will start their own jobs, their own businesses during their final year of uni and go out and make quite a good run of it out in industry. So it's something we've been seeing more often lately. We have students that are out there in the utilities and consultancy, medical fields, all over the place. It's a very broad field, engineering. One thing we do know is we get a very high employment of our graduates after graduation. So our students do get jobs fairly readily once they've finished up, as in within 6 months. Most people do a survey around where they are after uni, and I think about 90% of our students are actually employed by that stage, and many of them by the time they finish their fourth year. One of the big things about engineering is you actually do a practicum experience, which means you actually do about 450 hours with industry as you go through your degree. This means you get a lot of experience and you get the contacts with industry before you even finish uni, which means it's easy to find jobs in the areas.